That's the shuttle boat.
アトランティス潜水艦ですね。送迎ボートのまず、発着場のところです。ヒルトンホテルの近くみたいですね。ポートヒルトンと書かれています。アトランティスのですね、待合所です。本日は3月の17ですね。17の、3時、最終出港ですかね、の便でございます。本日ホノルル到着しましてですね、早速、予定は入っていたものもあるんですけど、本日到着して、なんかふらふら歩いてたらJCB ラウンジにたどり着いて、で今日の午後なんかできるものないかと探してたら、これがヒットしたということで、飛び入り参加というような感じです。魚が泳いでますね。透明度抜群、魚が見えます。釣りをですねしてる人らが、おりますね。何人かおります。
for the sub. Coming up, almost. And wait for it.
Right to your left hand side. So they just call them beach fish instead of just single belly. Alright, we have two digital depth gauges on this submarine. One is right next to a greedy, smooth area, smooth like you're on land. So that is going to happen in about a few seconds. These are called the giant trevally, also known as the ulua in Hawaii. Now, portside, you're seeing this first. These are the Asahi Reefs. Looks like the world's largest wine rack, but they're not wine racks, guys. Starboard side, this is just a little section of one of the largest natural reef in Waikiki. It's called the Polyopodal Ridge. Now, the corals are growing on top of the lava rock, which stopped its flow right here. And there's a school of emperor fish on the starboard side. In Hawaiian, we also call them bluefish. It's actually M-U apostrophe U, so bluefish. It's kind of cute, huh? Port side, you see a lot of those little yellow fish out there with a little black dot on their tails. Those are called the milliseed butterfly fish, also known as lau wili in Hawaiian. Wow, look at that starboard side. That's a big ulua. Those are the dominant predator fish in Waikiki, called the giant trevally, also known as the ulua. If it's really big and silver, that's an ulua. If the tail is blue, that's a bluefin trevally, also known as the omilu in Hawaii. Now, if any of you guys can find an octopus out there on the starboard side, which is the side that I'm standing on right now, this is the starboard side of the sub. If you're on the other side to me, you guys are on the port side of the submarine. But if you can find an octopus out there on the starboard side, this is something that you could be proud of. It's very difficult to find those octopuses out there because they're very good at camouflaging themselves. So they make themselves look as if they're a coral head right next to them. So it's pretty, that's a sea cucumber right on the bottom there. And the great visibility that we have today will allow us to see the Polyopodal Ridge right out there on the starboard side right now. You see how it protrudes from the bottom of the ocean like a big hillside? That whole thing is a lava rock. Now, this lava definitely You can clearly see where the lava stops flowing, creating this nice sturdy foundation where the corals can start, the coral polyps can start grabbing onto them and start growing and form a big reef. Now, corals only grow about an inch. Look into those crevices or holes towards the bottom, guys. Sometimes you may be able to find moray eels. Wow, look at all the baby fish out there, huh? Port side, that's very pretty. Now, if you're looking off to the port right now, you're seeing a lot of juvenile fish, but if you look further out there on the port side, you'll see also Waikiki Beach. This is the direction of Waikiki right now. That means if you're on the starboard side, you're looking towards the deeper part of the ocean. As you keep going further in that direction, ropes at the bottom, that is a good sign you're approaching our fly fish, also known as kihi out there. And a lot of Hawaiian distillers and Hawaiian sergeants are out there. For Nemos. Well, look at that, lots of pennant butterfly fish on the starboard side. That is really pretty, guys. Here we go. Who goes down this deep? Like skin divers or people that work on the sub. It's, oh, look at that, 100 feet. Actually, in Hawaii, we go, chee-hoo! Alright, that's what the locals say when they're cheering for something. Alright, check this out. Starboard side, everybody. There's a school of blue-striped snappers which were transported to Hawaii in the 1950s from Tahiti. So its Tahitian name is actually Ta'ape.
Well, there's more than one plane.
A lot of those guys out here today.
There are more.
We are currently at the depth of 106 or 7 feet now. I would definitely take a picture of the depth gauges now to kind of snap a picture of it so that you're like, hey, I went down this deep today. There's a white tip reef shark. Put your hands up if you can see a shark right now. All right, in the back there, a white tip reef shark. Thank you very much, guys. Oh, 110 feet underwater. Now these two Mitsubishi YS-11 airplanes, these were actually working for the Mid-Pacific Airways that used to fly back and forth between the islands of Hawaii from Oahu. Now, in 1980s, they went bankrupt, so Atlantis Submarines acquired these two airplanes and replaced them underwater in 1991. The submarine is actually touching the ocean floor right now. You can kind of feel the vibration from it. You can almost reach out and grab the sand with your own bare hands. So close to the bottom right now. Look at that. Alright, we are going to go up to about 75 feet from here, so this really is your last chance. Take a picture of the depth gauges that it shows you that you've been under 100 feet today. So I pointed out a few of you guys that the shirts are kind of glowing underwater, but if you have any red, does anyone have red shirt on today? Pink, red or pink? Oh yeah, look at the color of your shirt now. It's like purplish now. Look at that. Red turns to dark purple, dark, like burgundy or like dark brownish red. Pink is definitely purplish. Your lipsticks are no longer red as well. Now this is happening because the sunlight is getting filtered out as it passes through the density of this water. So the deeper you go, you start to lose the colors that you can see with your own eyes. So it doesn't mean that's not there right now. It's still there, but you just cannot see them right now. So in the color spectrum, the colors with the longest wavelength of light, which is red. I'd like you to kind of look up and down the viewports if you're on the port side to see the whole entire ship. Now, since they have a lot of food here around the ship, most of the fish are kind of in a way they're overfed in a way that they're larger than the rest of the other places.
I didn't even see that too.
Look at that port side. That's a nice. Oh, look at that starboard side. Starboard side. There's absolutely nothing out there. Wow. Gotcha. That was fun. Thanks, guys. You totally fell for it. You guys. All right, now this is the bow of the ship. You see that long rope tied to the very end of the bow? You can see the current with your own eyes where it's going and how fast it's going. On the ship. So they don't damage the ships. All right, port side. Oh, there's a turtle, guys. Right. Oh, there's 2 turtles. Look at that. Wow. Hawaiian green sea turtle right on the very end of the bow. Look towards the end, guys. 2 Hawaiian green sea turtles. And a lot of parrotfish. That is a lot of parrotfish, guys. See those fish out there with the black and green color and separated in center? Those are all parrotfish. Look for a very bright green one. That is a male parrotfish. Oh, turtle! Whoa, look at that person! Look up, guys! Woo! Oh, choo!
We're probably gonna get to see the turtle on the way.
Hawaiian green sea turtle! Put your hands up if you saw that turtle swimming. Alright, those of you guys, good job, guys. That is a treat. Fish in a school of them. Alright, I'm gonna see if there's a turtle out there for you guys. I wonder where that swimming turtle went. Might have went up to the surface to grab some air, but I think there was another one coming up on. Oh, there you go. Oh, 2 turtles. Look at that. 2 Hawaiian green sea turtles sitting right on the deck, on the bow. Look at that Hawaiian green sea turtle. Designed by one of the marine biology students in University of Hawaii in the mid-80s, and we funded this program. And we constructed these out of, oh, there's some starboard side, look at that, pretty nice. There will be 3 on both sides simultaneously. So they can kind of seek shelter in between the concrete stuff. So you're ready. Alright guys. The boat is right in front of us. It's the most amazing thing I've ever seen. Oh, that was exciting.
Hang loose.
哎，这珊珊，你手别动了，好，让我
Island
看看。
style, take it easy.
Could you do it again? Could you do it? Can I take a picture with you?
Sure.